Hello, greetings. Welcome to another edition of Night of the Weird. I am your host, Evan Teller. Normal, leave that out the door, leave that at the door, whatever. Greetings, everyone. Yeah, just a galactic update or a galactic connection or elemental connection, whatever you are looking for. You can find it here, well, somewhere. Yeah, this is like a 45 minute, maybe 30 minute, maybe an hour. See how long. See what information is here. Basically, this is unscripted. Of course, that causes some discomfort, which is understandable. But there are little bits. You can always feel free to, if you're interested. If you want to download any of these and edit it, I don't care. If you want to see me through the whole thing, so that's up to you. So, uh, blessings and thank you for connecting. As for let's see, the news of the day, I'm not really connecting to a lot of it. I guess some Congress stuff is going on, but nothing that exciting. So who cares about any of that? Planet of the Apes is coming out, I guess, eventually. Whatever. So imagine there are messages and that. There's a lot of messages in all these films that are coming out recently. Of course, not just now, but in the past, of course. As the title of this video, Galactic Mr. Rogers. Yeah, we're. I don't think anybody else has that one, but as the things have been coming through recently, it's starting to feel like Mr. Rogers. Eventually, maybe one day, just I'll have a nice reptilian here and a gray or somewhere. Not yet. It's got some time for that. But eventually, those days will awaken. Basically, the idea for this type of connection, this type of communication, is the old ways of thinking are eventually going to find themselves gone away. As your galactic connections awaken and your fourth dimensional energies enter in. And you're not ready for it. It's quite understandable. It's very bizarre. It's basically the way you see the world today is just going to be see you later. It'll be like the 60s. But you see right now, I mean, your future self will look back and say, what were we even thinking? So, as for Galactic Mr. Rogers, basically, it's just we're just opening a doorway for whatever it is to show itself. Well, of course, humanity and in general has to be ready to change their belief systems and allow these things to appear without being afraid. Right now, the fear factor is pretty high right now, even though as a ufologist or whatever it is. There's a lot of fear there. So they want to see it, but do they really? Yeah, so they can run away and be scared. Yeah. So they're not going to believe it until they see it, but then when they see it, they're going to be terrified. So that's not why there's, and that, idea is for us to not really worry about the aliens. I mean, some of those I wish to connect to them is fine. The idea is for us to move into a higher dimension, not really worry about them, and just heal the planet basically. And right now, that thinking is kind of hard to grasp right now. Oh, certainly in some. Yeah, of course, depending on who it comes from, blah blah blah. Some aren't ready for a new renaissance. Basically, new renaissance is basically a soul transformation, basically. So letting go of the old, allow the new to come in, basically. Connecting to your guides, your angels, and whatever else that there is. Parallel dimensions. I mean, it's all in these movies right these days. Just people aren't connecting to it. They don't think any of it's real. And even these films put it right in your face. And still we call it fake because we are part of the slave mentality. But that is going to be removed eventually. Eventually. Right now I have to get, Men are having difficulties with that, at least from my feelings of it. Quite understandable because they're so used to being, they call it just gibberish, but far from it. Um, Also going to Adam Weishaupt, and if I'm right, I'm pretty sure he I was gonna look that up before I started. I believe I'll look it up in a second, but I believe he founded the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, lovely guy, huh? No wonder he's come through so clear. He's got a lot of demons for sure. So yeah, he was probably a lot of blackmail, a lot of just nasty, nasty stuff. Uh, but on the other side, they're going through a healing. He's still healing. I mean that gives you that's kind of like a keyhole into the lower dimensional elite system, and yeah, it's I believe everybody deserves a second chance. Of course, on the other side, it's a lot differently seen. On our reality, we're not fully seeing the full picture because we're being programmed all the time. The idea is to undo the programmings and see your angels, aliens, other Earths, other realities where Trump is president, and other realities, and then with a different hairdo, and then you'll see Hillary Clinton somewhere as president, and on and on and on. Different versions of everything will come through eventually when the time is right. But right now, it's healing. I mean, connecting to yourself, even. All right, it's a channel message. Um, Connecting to other Earths is another way of say this world's not really what you're looking for. It's like it's got McDonald's, got stuff, it's got jobs that aren't really exciting. Another way is to what Earth basically go into your fantasy system. But it's not really your fantasy world. It's basically you, and you're just connecting to the worlds you much rather connect with, and it does open you up. Worlds with flying cars or whatever it is that robots, if that's something that interests you, or just nature worlds, elementals, and none of this materialism at all. That helps you open up. It's like I'm going to go into my world because this one's not really doing it for me, but you're bringing that energy into this environment. You're going to your highest, what brings excitement to you, because this reality most likely does not bring a whole lot of excitement to you. If it does, well, more power to you. But it's a master of it's a world of limitation. So the idea is for us to unlimit ourselves, become limitless. I hope I said that right. But anyway, is to take the bars off, basically. And of course, when people see this kind of stuff, they say, "I'm gonna put the bars back on. I'm gonna go back to prison," because I feel that's what I'm used to. I'm used to being in prison. So which is it makes sense. I mean, there's no judgment there. It's crazy stuff when you start connecting to the higher vibrations. It's weird. We're told our whole lives all of it's fake, like My Little Pony and Santa Claus and yada yada yada. Some people go into as Star Wars, use people as Star Wars fans like craziness. Nothing wrong with that, but they put all the energy into that, and George Lucas kind of craps on it. But there's a lot of messages there to why that is. So basically, it's another way of, I guess you could say that was another way. It's like, what is your version? Like, okay, you don't like the version that is being marketed. What's the version you would connect to? It's another way of awakening yourself. I know some have problems digesting that. Quite understandable. But I believe that's what direction we're going into. Obviously, we're going to a direction. We're going to undo everything that's here. It's going to take a while, though. It's just clearing out the the clutter, basically. Renewing Earth in a new way, especially when you look at, like, you compare. Oh, I'm going to the '60s, but you look at the '70s and you look at the '60s. Some people look at the '60s like, what were you thinking? It's like blah blah. So basically, we're kind of doing that. We're going to another era, hope I pronounced that right, era, where we're just going more to galactic spiritual continuity when it becomes more of our daily life without the strings of our masters ruling us. Some have difficulties removing those strings, as for the bars of a prison. I have difficulties with all that because I'm too manly to connect to all of this, but or whatever it is. But this is going to get stronger and stronger. The reality, the true realities, and basically the idea is we're fixing ourselves to fix humanity. Fix our problems here, and then our aliens will eventually show themselves. I mean, they're going to be assisting us, of course, but not most likely they won't be seen. They might pop in here and there. They already have. Of course, we just call it fake. Not fake. Some might be. Most isn't. I don't think most is. The government side that, I mean, it's a cover-up, yes. There is a MIB presence here, yes. Wonder how the government can't keep a secret. Well, it's not the government that's keeping the secret. It's other entities that are keeping the secret. And they're doing a pretty good job, as you can tell. I mean, they made an MIB movie and everybody laughed about it, or some did. There's a lot more going on. But yeah, there's a heavy presence here. They do other things than just come to your house and do their little flashy thing. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more of, they do astral flashy things. It's, they help you, they're going to help you forget. Some of us are, like I forget. I'm in training apparently from what I'm gathering. But a lot of people are forgetting this stuff of what's coming through. But basically we're going to a new Earth. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. I mean, you don't have to necessarily connect the aliens to awaken or whatever feels right for you. You have elementals and things of that sort. So, as for Adam Weishaupt, he might come in. We'll see. I'm not sure if he's going to pop in or not. Okay, it's here. Never mind. I said I want to talk about the prison systems. Also, I want to talk about Whitney Houston. Yeah, she was a Illuminati mind control. But you can see her pain throughout her duration of her life. She went to drugs because she couldn't find any happiness. And there are a lot of the elite are like that. Even the hierarchy elites, even the ones that are super menacing, they're not happy. They lose themselves. And it kind of trickles down into the artists also. Some they go into self-destruction. So basically we're saying a lot of the elites are in self-destruction also. It's no different than watching a singer like Whitney Houston sacrifice whatever. Maybe they killed herself or somebody did whatever. Probably it doesn't matter. Either way, it's a ritual. And it's a ritual. Death is a ritual of a celebrity. It's kind of like being sacrificed. The blood, it's like a public sacrifice. What he said, something like a goat being sacrificed in front of everyone, something like that. It's a ritual. It's more mind control. It's another dampener. It's mourning. Death isn't really supposed to cause mourning the way we perceive it. Yeah, because we're in a lower vibration. But of course, with the actions and everything went on, it's a ritual. Her demise, it's a ritual. A demise of an elitist is a ritual. He's not strong enough. He can't handle the programming. He can't handle doing this anymore. So he starts destroying himself, just like a singer. Just like anybody. I don't think Michael Jackson was weak. I think Michael Jackson he picked a fight. He probably shouldn't have did that. But whatever. He wanted to show them too. And he was ready to leave. Also, it feels like he was just had enough. Of course, I changed on him a while ago, but I don't remember all that. But it feels like he just had enough of it. He just really kind of I'm tired of fighting. that they're coming after me with everything. I mean, they're beating me every chance they get. They just can't take it anymore. It's like there's only so much. But you know, he did put a face on the beast, so it had its purpose. Obviously, the music industry, the Sony music. You know, he mentioned him by name. You don't do that. You don't call him a devil. His stuff online you can find. I mean, you just don't do things like that. So it's kind of like a slow assassination, character assassination, which is a ritual, which they, they try to stay away from that, but they are, it's part of their, it gives them power. It's just another cycle. But also the elitists, the human version, are, pawns also. They know they're only here for so long, and they get thrown out. Some destroy themselves, some get sex changes, some they go through their cycles and they're out. So some do live long lives, some live long lives depending on how strong you are. So that's interesting. Blood sacrifice is a big thing. This is Weishaupt. And Weishaupt himself felt he went too far. Yeah, big surprise there. And a lot, jeez, and a lot of these elitists today aren't as wicked as he was. They kind of toned things down a little bit, but they were actually pretty bad. They're stuck in their old ways. They are doing what their grandparents did, and Weishaupt was like a new breed of elite nastiness. So he was like a youngster, but of course he knew exactly what he was doing. He's been involved with them forever. He's reincarnated with the elites forever. So this is the Baphomet is the control mechanism. It's not necessarily some do worship, some don't. Some worship it, some don't. They just use a symbol of control, basically mind control. Fear, symbolism that they rule everybody. Some people do the symbolism and all that. It's just showing that they have control. And those that do the symbols, the eye and stuff, they're just showing that they're under control. So it's part of the ritual. So those that do that stuff, obviously, I imagine people already know this, but it's just to show that they have reign over these people. They sold their soul. The Baphomet is just another version. It's like a war. The Baphomet is actually a lower, Anunnaki vibration. That's just stuff that's a lot more twisted up there. But anyway, not to say we're going to talk about that all the time, but it does seem like it's good to get some of this out from what I'm gathering. Yeah, his soul is not in good shape. Others might pick up something different. Maybe just on Cloud 9, but I'm not seeing that. I do see suicide around him also. Jeez. Anyway. I guess he couldn't take the pain anymore, what he was going through. One thing about the elites also, they do hurt their bodies quite a bit. They do a lot of stuff to themselves. I think if you go on the internet, you can see. So a lot of it is a lot of purging. Going to war, their density is another ritual to put on humanity. It's like you do these things that are not pleasant. So you have spell power, basically, magician power over humanity. So you can do their bidding, basically. You do these things, that means you can do our bidding. If you don't do them, we just toss you out. We do something with you. But it's part of their bidding war. How they control the masses here. Another reason why I'm connecting to him, of course, I wasn't realizing he was going to come through. Well, not with this stuff. Is why is humanity under this? How do you lift the veil of humanity? Can't you guys see a little bit more? What's with the whole? Don't you realize you're under this spell? And I know they don't believe in any of it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Witchcraft and warlock craft, whatever you want to call it, does exist. It's used in every product made, at least by the big manufacturers. It's all just a spell. It's all just to keep you under control, basically. Of course, there's other ways of diffusing it. Of course, as you connect with your guides and everything, you learn how to diffuse a lot of the mind control. Of course, that's how you purge yourself and you clear out of it and bring more positivity. And understanding the dark is to bring in the light. Understanding the light, of course, and do you feel like connecting to guides and angels is not good? Well, they're coming. Well, they see it as coming from bad because you're surrounded by bad all the time. But that's going to. That was a lizard back there. But a lot of this is going to unlock it. So yeah, we have all kinds of critters here. Send a blue jay will show up. So I don't think that's going to fly. Anyway, but the grid is basically going to fall eventually. But it's like we're all put in some kind of chamber of mind control. So when you're dosed with all this stuff all the time throughout your childhood and grow up in it, of course it's a little bit difficult to let it down because many don't believe in this stuff, angels, aliens, because you've been told from a childhood none of it exists. But yeah, you've been under mind control this whole time. Like the movies, the movies have like, by the way, all this, you have this moment where you feel like, I'm not sure in the movies, but when you feel like you got everything, like your whole life is like wrong. It's like, all these angels and everything is real, and it's like that's a turning point that some people aren't ready to go through. To feel like, because the more people understand all what's going on, the more we'll start seeing it. It's all closed down right now because we're at a low vibration. It's hard. We're not ready to see this stuff. But as more people say, like, okay, dragons exist, aliens are okay. Not to be afraid of aliens, because there are some probably. But, if you're cool with it, if it's like, what, light or dark, whatever, I'm cool with you, you'll be fine. If you're scared, you most likely won't be seeing anything. If you're okay with everybody, you're not judging anybody, it should be fine. Getting there is another story. It takes time to get used to, especially. It's like some people say, I want to see the nice aliens. I'm not sure if there are any. I mean, they're weird. They're all weird looking. I mean, the Nordics is the only thing I can think of. The Yahyel, I believe, are that humanoid Yahyel. I don't think they have a chin, though. I'm not sure. What do you got? The bunny people? I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I can't answer that. I mean, some people are connected to dragons. They love to see a big old dragon. So, nice aliens. Have a nice mantis. Those are fun. They're kind of brutal. They're not trying to be. They're just kind of, yeah. So I'm not sure. Nice aliens. Only thing I can think of with that would be elementals, fairies, and angels. You can't go wrong with an angel. Can't go wrong with fairy. Aliens are just freaking bizarre. I mean, the Zetas are weird. I mean, I might probably have cute Zetas, but I'm not sure if they're the ones that be showing up. I mean, imagine there are cute Zetas out there. They're felines. They're humanoid felines. They're kind of, weird. I don't know. Just ask for a nice fairy. That should be okay. I don't know. What else we got? Yeah, that's anyway. That one's going to take a while to digest everything. So yeah, so that's why they're not showing up because they all look weird. So humanity is ready to see a ship land. Yeah, right. I'd see that. Yeah, I don't want to see that happen because it's not going to be good. But yeah, do you feel humanity over time? Yeah, starting right now or starting whenever. Over time, we'll start seeing things differently, like galactic hippies, whatever you want to word it. Become more galactic Mr. Rogers. It might be I'm galactic Mr. Rogers. I don't know. No, today's favorite alien. Today's alien is reptilian. Tomorrow will be Zeta Gray. You know, it's just the idea is to tap into the mainstream media, entertainment, or people. Let them know all this stuff is real. Aliens, angels, movies that may give me the indication forever. Matrix is one. Transformers, a lot of ways, is another one. There's several. And just let the weird come in. Let the weird, So some people are ready for like having a reptilian breathing in your ear just to wake you up. Some people are ready for that. A lot of people aren't ready for that. So I may have had Zetas come up here, and I could feel them around me, moving around. So they help me open up the channel. So of course I can have tapped into Anunnaki and reptilian. Yeah, tapping into a reptilian's energy, I don't recommend that, but go for it. I'm not doing that. I don't feel right about it, but you can tap into it. It's not. You can always ask them to talk, because that'd probably be easier. Now I know how to do that. Before I didn't know what that meant. So obviously, they're in a fourth dimensional vibration that we can't see for good reason for our point of view. But also, the MIB energy is heavy here. They have their forces to keep things quiet. I feel that. So just for our own good, because we're not ready, because it's just part of the agendas that are going on. Of course, there's a lot of hidden agendas, of course. Eventually, I do see Washington, D.C. being transformed to more of a galactic hub. I see continents moving around also when we're ready. Yeah, new continents, new. The world's probably going to be, probably terraformed or ready. But right now, we're not ready for that. I did see purple and blue skies also. That was a higher dimension. And what the reason for the color of the sky, because they're connecting to our vibration, so it changes. So the vibration of humanity is going on. So you kind of the orange, blue. I don't know what the colors mean exactly, but it all has to do with the vibration of humanity. It's pretty fascinating. So getting there is to get out of fear and to let the weird come through, basically. Which is, belief systems, making it a little bit harder for that. Anyway. All right, we're going to go into more details of weirdness. I don't really have any details. I just basically let Adam say his thing, see the positive Illuminati, see what they have to say, and see where we go. Any angels that have any messages also, angels can come through also to kind of clear the air a little bit. That's interesting, yeah, because this stuff's kind of weird and a little bit heavy. It has its purpose. It has to clear us. You have to clear the air eventually. It's good to understand why certain things are happening. So, anyway, those that are new to me and new to all of this, you can use that name. Why everything keeps changing every time I try to set up. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. So this is ivanteller.com. So we have the about page, donate page, contact page, private sessions. So you have it's a recorded session. The calendar is here. It's pretty open for this week for the most part. You also have gift cards. Eventually, I'll have the gift cards section a little bit more enhanced. Oh, and even fix this. I'm going to change this picture eventually, but these are different beings I've connected in the past. So you can connect to whoever. You can always ask for them or your spirit guide or whoever you like. We also have submit a question and receive an audio file. Usually it's 5 minutes long. I added a new section here, alternative payment method. Hopefully I spelled that right. Alternative payment. Either way, it takes you right to PayPal and it sends you to the submission page. That way you don't have to put in all your information all the time unless you want to use alternative payment, then PayPal, and just hit the shop button. Also, And you can submit questions here. There's that sort, and also have private sessions you can order here also, if you want to do the standard order through the calendar. Also have Spirit Social. I'm in Teller Services. Submit a question, same thing as the other site. Healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, channel consulting, and 5-minute healing. Also have spiritual connections, one question from a day, balancing and chakra healing from a day, soul pain from Stephanie, and angelic Reiki from Miguel. Also have a social network. It's kind of quiet here, and there's a mantis. That's awesome. That's great. So there's social network. I'm not sure how I'm doing with it, but and as for why is how you pronounce it, the Ku Klux? I'm pretty sure he was the founder of the Ku Klux Klan. Anyway, oops. I'm pretty sure it was. Let's see here. Yep. Nice. Yeah, nice track record you got there. Something to be proud of, I guess. So, all right. So, where are we heading? Some stuff out. Okay. All right. Before we begin, let's see if anybody has any messages for us. You are all here to learn from each other, grow with each other, be as one, a collective consciousness that's always going through each other's minds to add to the universe of knowledge, to bring out the best in each other. By now, you bring out not always the worst, but a lot of that is going on because you're going through individual tests. You're also clearing that negativity to bring more positive, to bring out the best as for technologies, living situations, and so much more. You're also allowing this version of yourself to be cleansed. Yes, fill it with negativity, but then to clear it. How else to do that than to fill it up to the top with confusion and whatever it is that you wish to add to your life experience. So many aren't going to be ready for a fourth dimensional vibration because they're so busy adding more experiences of the third dimension. But does not keep those from going into fourth. If you wish to connect with fourth, it is all yours. Yes, a lot of soul healing to do. A lot of being aware of your universe, knowing that you are a powerful being, which many feel like they are this small, but you are huge. There is a lot of, yes, idol worship here because they want to make humans feel like they are small, which you are not. Bring back your power. See yourself as a powerful being. Forget these fears. Empower yourself with love. And see yourself in the future and right now as the being you want to be. There's so much here to batten you down into a small, unfeeling, sad human that, yes, has been done well. The spells are working well. You can clear those spells so you can renew yourself and be infinite. Many are having difficulty seeing that. How do your aliens go to the skies, to the stars? Because they know they can. Human says, I can't. Alien says, I can. Human will say, I can. By your own creations. You think you need a scientist to create a ship. Many of you here are scientists and have forgotten that. All of you have a high dimensional purpose. Is to reach in and reawaken that. Yes, the soul has been, it's here, but yes, asleep, but not forever. Adventure is awaiting you. Are you ready for it though? Many are ready to watch it on television, but you are here to live it. Many are still holding back. But many of you are actually getting ready to let go of this old way of thought and allow your spiritual galactic body reconnect. So you can go back to the stars. Because many here want to go into a fourth dimension, build their ships, and fly home. That is a high possibility. A high possibility. I am Michael. Somebody else here. One moment. Yeah, 1 second. All right. Greetings to you. I am Prime Creator. Much love. As you raise your vibration, become your higher self. Allow you, your higher self, all make up and settle your differences. You will see other Prime Creators. You will also see yourself as a Prime Creator. And touching on what Michael said, how do you think these aliens tap into their creative energies of creating space flight? Yes, they have not had the manipulations like in your world. Some have, but most have not. Yours are quite unique to build the soul up to a stronger soul, to a soul that can create forever. A highly advanced Anunnaki, basically, with so many loving attributes. Anunnaki does have that, but they still have you are the next generation, but the next generation of not just them, but other beings also. This is why you have so much within you. You can tap into that, even change your form to whatever's being you feel connected to. You're going into that phase right now. Some might have difficulties transforming. It's still early, of course, but your future will have no problem, but not to say you will not have problem either. Some are already doing it with the reptilian because it's so much within. It is wishing to come out. Also, your human DNA just not always it's not always concealing the reptilian. Many of those have a lot of reptilian. That's why it comes out the way it does. You will also be able to connect to the being that you wish to be and transform your body into more of that being, a humanoid version of that being. If it be octopus, elephant, whatever it might be, this you can change your appearance. Your future self, of course. Right now, you're in the, as I say, the early stages. And your human in the third dimension are going to, yes, have issues with all of this. But that does not, let that not stop the soul from moving forward. Be who you feel that you are. So much here to tell you who you are, so you forget who you are, because you're trying to be what they're telling you. It's for your soul to refine itself. What is it within you that feels the strongest? Many are having difficulties connecting with that because you're so busy being programmed by the program. It's like you're not really doing that, you're not this, you're not that. A bunch of hot air, basically, from lower dimensional beings. Not always the case, but in cases, or just those that are just they, and it also comes from loved ones that just don't want you to get hurt. So it's quite understandable. There's different ways of looking at it, of course, depending on the being it's coming from. But this is for your soul to unlock from the mind programming that's been going on your planet. The new human is coming about. And what is that definition? It's your definition. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. It's your life. And if you want to move into a fourth density, fifth density, sixth density, please do. It takes a while to get used to all of this. The Anunnaki mind control, Cabal mind control. But a lot of the Cabal is actually letting go, allowing you to heal. If you want to heal. Many don't want to heal. They're not ready to heal. You'd be surprised. Many of the Cabal is here to brainwash you, but also to unbrainwash you, to cleanse you. This is of, yes, the higher dimensions, angel energies. It takes a while for the soul to get used to all of this because there's so much here that is causing conflict of what is right. What is right for you is what's right. Others might disagree because that is from their vibration. Your vibration is what's right. What is within your soul that feels right? And if you're not sure, ask for assistance from your angels to clear the mind so you can think clearly. So you ask for messages in your sleep or in your waking time. When you awaken, please leave the message with, please give me an answer somewhere. And sometimes you hear it, and it's like, that's not the answer I wanted to hear. I didn't get an answer. Well, you can work with that. That means your soul's not ready for it yet. But it doesn't mean to stop trying to ask for an answer that you're looking for. But the idea is to clear out the depression, the sadness, the madness of your third density environment. Where, yes, there's nothing wrong with video games, but many are throwing their lives into that and feeling, this is not bringing me any happiness. It does, but it does not. And that goes for many other things. Cooking, too much food, eating too much food, etc. It goes on and on. The idea is to heal the soul where you no longer need medicines also. It's unlock the health within your soul also so you can feel healing. Go into more of a fifth dimensional vibration. If you want it, it will find its way to you. Just give it time. It takes a while to cook an egg, cook food. It takes a while. Nothing happens fast. And the soul has to rearrange itself as you connect to your higher self, bringing in more vibrations from the higher energies to help you find the right direction. If your intentions are positive, you can't go wrong with that. You will find the right answers. If your intentions are negative, you'll only get negative. And your ascension will take a longer time. It's like, I want to be healed. I want to be part of a more positive vibration. You will find that there are days where, yes, you will have dark days, you will have light days. But you can heal those dark days. It's like, put in your intention, I want a better day. I don't want these dark days anymore. I want a positive environment. I no longer want this negative. It takes time for your soul to get used to that type of mindset, for you to feel transformed as a new being. It all takes time. Many want it now. Many feel like they're not doing it right. It just takes time. As long as your intentions are too clear, you will find it eventually. Each one has a cycle. You all have your own cycles of clearing. Yes, for the most part, believe in yourself. Not to worry about what others think. It's yourself that matters most. You are the wheel of time, of forever. What is it that you see yourself as? An alien, an angel, elemental, or just an energy being that lives in the sun to send out energies, to make portals open, to guide ships through space? Who are you? Blessings. That's great. Let's see what time. Do one more. No. All right, we'll do one more. Let's see what else is here. One I missed. Okay, one moment. Hello, friends. I am Dwight Eisenhower. You are in a peak, a dawn, a new world, basically. There's a time during my time when all this seemed not real, but then you meet the beings that were in the shadows, were seen as myth, and then you meet them for the first time, and all you can think of is this really happening? I don't know, to be happy or absolutely terrified. Mostly it was terrifying at first. It takes a while to get used to it, but at the first connection I had with the Grays was very positive. Of course, there was much happening behind the scenes I was not aware of, where, yes, our government pretty much sold out. But I wasn't always involved with that. I was involved with the peace treaties that were made with the Zetas. Also reptilians, but mostly the Zetas. But yes, there was a lot of deals that were made that I was unaware of that caused a lot of your government to go into darkness. I was not involved. I believe some of you have some idea of that, but many deals are made. Your country was, yes, basically sold out. It did have a reptilian presence in the early times, yes, but this was different. This was your military complex was becoming more of a weapon of other worlds, basically. Exploration of other worlds, but a weapon to other planets. Other beings that wish to connect. We'll take whatever we can and defend ourselves as we put this world into further darkness. As you weaponize the food and dumb down the children, etc., etc. As America lost its life. It was not perfect. Yes, it had a lot of diversity problems. But even during my time, I had only so much I can handle. But trust me, I wanted a more diversity. All races to be connected. But that was out of my hands, as I had other matters of watching the U.S. government be flushed down the drain, basically. I am not proud of being a part of that. I was not aware of what was going on, and it still haunts me to this day. I do not feel like I sold out the country. I had no idea. This was all beyond my comprehension of what was going on. Basically, a shadow elite was already in place and made their own rules. I thought I knew what was going on. Come to find out, I know nothing. I just felt broken after that, basically. There's nothing I can say or my life have been threatened. I can insinuate, but I cannot go into details. And you can say I've been quite haunted for the rest of my life. Hiding it, but also feeling discouraged of what was going to happen to this country, as it did not deserve what was to come, as what you are living today. I feel still very responsible, but it was out of my hands. And the agreement with the Greys was actually quite peaceful, meaning to make peace with an alien race and to keep them secret for a time. But never was my agreement was to turn our military, our government, into a weapon against the people, where you can no longer trust your government completely. It was no longer your government anymore. It was now a spy agency, basically. An intergalactic spy agency that did not trust its people, did not trust its aliens, when all the technology it can get, and to weaponize the planet. So if anybody came here to change things, they will be unwelcomed. Yes, and it is still, as I say, haunting me today. But you have a chance, or not just a chance, but it is now time for you to see the truth. If you want to go into more of the truth, many might not like what they're going to see, but it will find an opening of happiness within your world. is basically go into the depths of your planet to see who is truly there. You might not like what you see, but it is necessary for your ascension. I believe you know who I'm speaking of. Reptilians, Greys, and other beings that do not like humans very much. And the elite system that sold out to them are not very friendly either. But I believe you, with an open heart, can heal anybody. For the most part, heal yourself as you dive in to the ocean of your true world. There are oceans of your world, but some don't want to dive deep into the belly of what's truly going on. And going there, you have to have a strong stomach. Just to let you know. I will leave you. Good night. All right. I'll leave you with that. All right. Blessings, everyone. Have a great night.